Hare Krishna. So Krishna is going to describe now about the constitution and the transformation of the Kshetra in shloka number 6 and 7. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhir avyaktameva cha indriyani dashaikam cha panchachendriya gocharaha ichha dveshah sukham dukkham sanghataschetana etat kshetram samasena savikaram udharitam. So now Krishna is talking about the constitution of the kshetra, of the field of activities, and some changes and transformations. So here it is given Mahabhutani, the five great elements, Ahankara, the false ego, Buddhi, intelligence, Avyaktam, the unmanifested, Indriyani, the Shaikam, the 10 senses, and Cha, it stands for the mind. Panchachendriya Gocharaha. Panchachendriya Gocharaha, it stands for the 5 sense objects. Ichha Dvesha Sukham Dukkham Sanghatas Chetana Dhritihi. So now there are some qualities mentioned: desire, hatred, happiness, distress. They aggregate the life symptoms and the conviction. And here it is given Etat Kshetram Samasena Savikaram Udharitam. All these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. So again, a very technical shloka and a very important one to understand our own body, what it is made up of. Now let's try to understand the 24 elements which are given here, which our body is constituted of, the 24 elements. So let's start. Now the first one is the Mahabhutani that is mentioned, the Pancha Mahabhuta, that is earth, water, fire, air and ether. So these are the 5 Pancha Mahabhuta, the 5 great elements which make up our gross body. Now after that, after the 5 this Pancha Mahabhuta, then we have the very important one. The subtle ones are given now. The false ego, intelligence and the unmanifested 3 modes of material nature. False ego, intelligence and unmanifested modes of 3 modes of material nature. Now there is description that is given about the 5 senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses: eyes, nose, ears, then tongue and skin. So these are 5 knowledge acquiring senses. 5 working senses: speech, hands, legs, anus and genitals. So these are 10 in number. And these are external senses. We have an internal sense also, who is the master of all of them, that is mind. So till now, how much we have? 5 Mahabhuta, that is the Pancha Mahabhuta, 5 great elements, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses. So all of them together 15. And then false ego, intelligence and unmanifested 3 modes of material nature and mind, 4 of them. Now till now we have 19. Now we have another 5. They are called as Tanmatras, or they are also called as the sense objects. Like for the eyes it is sight, and for the ears it is sound, for tongue it is taste, for nose it is smell, and for skin it is touch. So these are 5 sense objects. So now in total we have got 24 elements. So these 24 elements actually make up our entire body. So this is what is described very nicely about all these different 24 elements. Now there are some qualities, those are mentioned here in the shloka. So whose qualities these are? These qualities are that of the mind which is there in the subtle body. So we have explained this many times in our different videos, that we have got 2 bodies. One is the gross body that we can see, which is made up of these 5 elements, the 5 great elements, the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses. all that we can see. So that is gross. Then we have a subtle body inside. And subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. So now, in the subtle body, the mind that is there, that mind's qualities are given here in this particular shloka by Lord Himself. What are those? The 7 qualities. Desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms and convictions. Now we might say that these qualities actually belongs to soul. Then why is it said that it belongs to mind? So it's very important to understand that yes, they are qualities of soul, but they are also qualities of mind. Why? Because since they appear through the instrument of the mind, the qualities of the soul, they appear through the instrument of the mind, and therefore they are also called as the qualities of the mind, and then they are included now in the component of the field of activities. So we are discussing this in great detail. Now here there is a point that is made about the body's different transformations or changes that happens. So there are 6 in number. What are those? First, the body takes birth, body is born. Second, it grows. Then it stays. And then it produces byproducts. Fifth one, then it begins to decay. And at the last stage, it vanquishes. So these are the 6 transformations that the body will go through. Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material thing. However, the Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, its proprietor, is different. So now we have discussed, now we have understood how mechanical this entire arrangement is. It's almost like a machine, which has got some screws here and there and some nuts and bolts and all that. That's how our body is. And in that we have a person who is sitting and driving this body, and that is spirit soul. So this body in itself is called as the field of activity or Kshetrajna, and the person sitting inside, that is we, living entities, we spirit souls, we are Kshetrajna, and the super Kshetrajna is the Paramatma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, we understand that we all have got different bodies. And how do we get these bodies? We get these bodies based on the past karma. So based on that, different bodies are given. And accordingly, the field of activities is decided. The extent of field of activities is decided. Now, after having spoken about this, now Krishna is going to focus on what is real knowledge. So let's see that in the next set of shlokas in the next video. Hare Krishna.